Oh, film, my love, with texture so fine, in your blooming hues true colours do shine. Contrast that leaps and dynamic range so wide. In your textural embrace I joyfully abide. Each frame a canvas where light and dark play. Texture that speaks in a grainy ballet. You capture what eyes can only see. You're beautiful. But f*** me, you're pricey. Why does film have to be so expensive? If only there was another way we could just have a...
There is another way to achieve the film look.
Really?
Yes, of course. Did you know this already?
No, I don't know what you mean.
You do know what I mean.
No, I'm...
Enough.
Okay. Alright, you caught me. Today we're going to be testing out Dehancer. It's a film plugin. Let's see how it does. In all transparency, Dehancer is sending me a license, but they did say that I must give it honest reviews so that they can improve. To which I replied, I said I would never lie to my followers. And they said, great. So here's the honest review. I shot everything I was meant to shoot back at home in Cape Town, and then I had technical difficulties with the screen recording, so it didn't really record everything I said. So now I'm back, but I'm in a hotel in Lisbon because I'm here for the 48-hour film festival, and I need to get this video out, and I want you to see what Dehancer can do. So let's jump into my laptop, and we're going to see what the plugin can do. So number one, if we remember, what I really wanted to do is to make it an easy plugin that I can easily add to my footage and make it look cinematic. I'm not going to say easy because I would be saying it too much, but nice. So we're going to add a node there. We're going to drop Dehancer onto the node. Nice thing about Dehancer is you can literally just decide, input your camera. So for some reason, my screen recorder doesn't record the drop-down menus. What are you going to do? Technology. And I shot this on the red KOMODO. You don't see any of this, I realized. So let me just go red KOMODO 6K, and I shot that at log 3G10. From the get-go, we can see that there's a bit of a cooler green shift to the image, but I don't think that's bad. I actually, if I'm being 100% honest, I like it. Things I'm going to be using mainly in Dehancer are obviously input, the film, Kodak Vision 3. Why not? Because that's the main film. They do, however, have a ton of other film stocks. So I'm just going to go back to Vision 3, 250D, adds a nice contrast to it. Film compression, I'm going to use that to save highlights and add more texture back into the highlights. The expand, that is just to kind of get your white point and your black point mixed. So I find that with Dehancer, and I'll get to this later, but the contrast when you add the print and the film is very intense, and it really helps to pull that back with the expand to kind of just balance out the black point and white point. The print, that is going to be the stock or the print you're printing it on. It's actually very nice. I'll show more about that. Color head, I'm assuming that's when you have a big color shift and you want to fix it. Film grain speaks for itself. They got so many options here. It's actually ridiculous. Halation, that's obviously like that red color shift you can get in highlights sometime. It's beautiful in this program. Nothing more to say. Bloom, that's like when you get the blooming of the highlights, kind of like this little white wash just over the highlights. It's quite nice to soften an image. Film damage is obviously the little imperfections you don't see in film, like the scratches and stuff. I don't really play with that much. Film breath, on the other hand, that is like this weird little exposure thing where it has like light little color shifts, almost like a flickering of sorts. I think that's maybe more of a film thing. Who knows? It is nice though. I won't use it. Gate weave, that for me is just like a little bit of shake, camera shake, but that's obviously something to do with the film. When you're shooting on film, there's maybe the film shakes a bit and you get the gate weave. Guessing. Overscan is quite a cool one. I think Overscan is awesome for people who want to add cool effects to their YouTube channel. Monitor, love the monitor feature of just going into here and clicking false color. It's a nice way to kind of go and realize where you want to set your exposure in post. Short film we shot it on anamorphic, so we're already going for kind of a look. So I know that in this film, I would like to get some grain. I'm going to play around with grain. I'm going to play around with halation, blooming, and all that jazz, just so you can see the benefit of Dehancer. But first, let me just correct what I think. Let me add a little warmth back into the actual shot, because I think it could be better. And there's a bit of a green. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like it. I do like the tint. I actually want to go more green. That just could be mean that I am colorblind, but who cares? I dig it. Now I'm going to go to film developer. Before I go to film developer, I'm going to go to print. I'm going to change it from linear to the Kodak 2383 print film, which is great. And as you can see, it's already added so much to the image. Sure, it may look like we're burning out a bit here and the contrast might be intense, but that is exactly why I said that I would go to expand and I would bring up lower the black point to kind of take away a bit of that contrasty kick. Also, I find that in the print, you can go to the total contrast and bring that down a bit. But I am actually loving it as it is, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe a little color density, add a little more richness into those colors, and it does. I know I sound maybe a little bit out of it, but this is really making my footage pop more than it did on the day. I'd like to save a bit of those highlights, so when I want to do that, I'm just going to go straight over to the film compression and compress those highlights. So you have to enable everything in Dehancer, and as you can see, just by enabling it, we're bringing back all that highlight there, maybe a little bit blown out there still, but add a little color density and it adds a richness to the sky. The tonal range is how much of the image you want to bring back the highlights for. The white point similar, kind of like where you're going to do it. And I think like the white point I would say is like where you're setting the bar, and the tonal range is like almost the feathering of the bar, of the highlights. Intensity is the impact. So if you can just see there and you look at the graph, it's looking awesome. So I like this look already, and that is definitely passing look 1 for me. Let's see if we can copy this over onto the next clip. A bit intense maybe. I want to remove this, make this clip a bit bigger so you can see it nicely. Let's get a nice look when they're looking at us directly, both of them. That is a great frame, and I'm a very, very talented DP. No, I'm joking. I am just pretending. Okay, let's go to the print. Let's lower the total contrast because this is looking a bit intense, and bring it to a point where I think could be realistic. Yeah, that works. That works. It looks nice. Kind of has a nice richness to it. I think I could even go maybe a little more intense with the saturation, and for that, what would I do? I think I go to film. No, I don't. Developer, color boost. There we go. And that is not enabled. There we go. Okay. So if I wanted it is a light out of film, so maybe I'll set it around. So it could be a little bit, it's funny, maybe keep the saturation around there. That looks good. With such little work, I'm already this far down. And let's just see if I can show you a little before and after. Look at that. With one node, we are able to get that. There we go. I think it passes from my criteria number 1. Is it easy, and can I make things look good very quickly? It does. It's got all the looks and bells and whistles. And if you really want it to be dirty, and if say I do, let's go 8mm, boom. Let's add that. That looks sick. That could be quite cool if you're a wedding videographer as well and you want to give like a little difference, you want to separate yourself, you can add like some 8mm looks to it. And obviously then if I wanted to and be crazy, I could go to the Overscan and select super 8mm. And there we go. It is sick. This was shot in anamorphic, so it's probably giving a little bit of a weird aspect ratio there, but nonetheless, super sick, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go to a different clip. Let me click clip here, and I'm going to go to something that I shoot most days, and this is stock. This is why I think I have suffered bouts of depression. No, I'm joking. It pays the bills. And that is what I like to do, is pay bills. So my factor number 2, número dos, is it usable in stock? Because in stock, I need a clean and non-dirty image. So let's give it a bash. Okay, let's go straight up to the input. Go to Canon R5C, choose camera, Canon R5C for the 5th time. Thank you. Lovely. I'm going to go to Cinegamut now. It already looks good. It does, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to take away all the grain because I need a clean image here. And I can just say, yeah. Now that works, eh? It's a bit warm, but if I know anything, that could be due to the fact that I am terrible at my job. Actually, you know what? I'm keeping it the warmth. I like it. It's stock. It can be warm. It can be warm and clean, you know? Remind you of joyful young days. Now I can even increase the exposure. Stock is nice, warm, clean, and bright. So that's sick. Let me go to the film developer here and let me go to color boost and see if I can just add a little more saturation. Don't do that, Lyndon. You've been a child. Okay, actually, 6.1 is good. Film, should I change? Oh, it's on film. Yeah, that's cool. So the film thing, the push and pull is quite cool. This is kind of like how much of the film you get exposed to. So like how intense do you want that look to be? And I think that looks nice. I will say though that I think I shot this shot particularly crap because I know that stock needs to be brighter, and I don't think I'm going to blame Dehancer for that. That's my own fault. So let me add a little nojo before this prior, and let's just add a little bit more lift in the midtones. Oh, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Just like that, huh? Okay, take away all the contrast. Because why? Because stock is boring. And do I get a clean image that was quick and easy to do? Yes, and I love that. So let me try another stock clip. This one outside, same day, same tricks. Dehancer, boom. Let's go straight into the camera. We're going to go straight for the Canon. As I said before, R5C, link left below. No, I'm joking. Take away the clips. And let's see what we're working with here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find a nice clip. Okay, so that's obviously looking very filmic. What a win. But let's take off the grain. Grain gone. Okay, that's clean. That is clean. That is nice. Let's add a little color boost. Let's go to the film developer and enable it. So now we've added a bit of color boost, which I think is there. Nice. Maybe if I wanted to, I could try to save some of these highlights, but I'm lazy, but I'll give it a bash. Let's go. Let's enable it and let's see how much. Yeah, that's already done it there. I mean, that's natural. So now you're going to say, Lyndon, well, I saw those other clips, those sneaky little clips in the bottom there. And I would say to you that that is nighttime stuff that I shot from my balcony. And let's try to enhance on that. Because this is hopefully where we would see some of the blooming, some of the halation, see it better and clearer. This, I don't mind being dirty because this is just fun stuff. And sometimes you need to shoot fun stuff to make your heart happy. And my heart is happy. Okay, very intense. Jeepers Louise. Let me go straight down and let me lower this push and pull here. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere. That's looking nice. Exposure compensation. Should we do it, ladies and gentlemen? You know what? Actually, cancel that. Let's go to film developer and leave that alone. And let's go to expand. And from expand, we're going to bring up a little more of the shadows there just so it doesn't look absolutely terrible. And I wish I'm going to take away clips here so you can also see it. Now, I actually do want to add, how much brightness can I get out there? Okay, so we're not actually burning there, so that's perfect. So now we're getting a lot of those little specular highlights there in the back there of all the windows. Oh, I've done a whole pan around for you. Okay, great. Let's keep it at this. Let's find Lyndon, you nice wobbly hand there. Okay. Guys, Cape Town's a beautiful city. If you don't visit, come visit. We could really use the tourism. No, I'm joking. We actually have so many people coming. It's becoming terrible. Okay, let's go to Halation. I'm going to enable it here and I'm going to make it aggressive. So hopefully you can see something. I'm going to go to Super 8. Hopefully that's... There we go. Okay. There you can surely, you can see that halation now. That warm red shift around all the things there. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's do some halation. Keep it at the Super 8. Why not? Let's have fun. It's aggressive. Maybe lower that a bit. And then let's go bloom. Let's see. I'm going to go Super 8 as well because I want you to see what it can do and amplify. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can see the bloom as well. So now you're getting this nice glow around it. You keep it Super 8. Let's also dirty it up. I'm not clicking mask mode. Let's add Super 16 film grain. An aggressive amount. Ladies, that looks like something out of Seinfeld. I mean, that is awesome. Hey? It's dirty, but it's a nice dirty. That's a very nice dirty. Yeah, and that's one. You know what? Let's go and change this to Super 8. Hey? And let's enable it. I also want to get rid of this perforated edge. Let's go. What does this do? No. Off. There we go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Does that not look at those colors? It looks cool. It's got vibrancy. My laptop's slow. That's depressing. But nonetheless, look at this. It's really working well. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it gives it such a natural Super 8 look. Now, I want to end off with something, and this is the part that hopefully you stayed for, is where I compare it to, say, for example, another film plugin like the one I've always used, and that being Film Nitrate. Now, Film Nitrate is, I would say, off the bat, the only benefit it has is the user-friendability. It's way less expensive, so there's two things. But in my opinion, if you are a professional and you want versatility and you're willing to put in a bit of hours to learn Dehancer, not even a couple of hours, I mean, you could learn it in an hour, it's definitely the better plugin. But don't take my word for it, I would lie for money. Boom, let's do two things. I'm going to drop Dehancer on one, and then let's do Film Nitrate on this one, KOMODO. And we'll do the log 3G10, apply. So let's look off the bat how they affected the image. And looking at the Film Nitrate, we got quite a reddish bluish tinge to the image. Quite a bit of contrast, not bad. And checking Dehancer. Okay, very different. They both have Vision 3 selected, but Dehancer has, I think, off the bat, a more richer thing. But I'm being an idiot because I think I need to add the print as well. And that is a 2383 print, Kodak print. Once I add that, now we are both in a closer ballpark figure. So that's that. And that is Dehancer. And I will say off the bat, I think Dehancer is already nicer. It's got a more natural look to it, natural feel, and it feels like it was shot on film. So in terms of actually getting the filmic quality, it doesn't feel as much as a LUT. It feels like more of like it was shot on film. That was stupidly said. I can say that I prefer Dehancer because I feel like they'll allow me to be more lazy and I will get better images quicker and easier. And maybe after a day or two of working through it fully, I'll know more about the film process. So I'm learning with it, as opposed to Film Nitrate, where I feel like you kind of just get the bare minimum and you can do with it what you want. I love the plugin. I used it for ages. Will I be switching to Dehancer? Definitely. Is it because I'm getting a free one? No. The 500 for lifetime usage would be quite a steep buy for me. But if I had the spare cash, I would buy it. I definitely would buy it. Over Film Nitrate, 100%. This is targeted to someone who wants an easy workflow. And I want an easy workflow. I'm lazy. So guys, please do tune in again. I know this was a long one. I did appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate you watching this. And I hope that the audio sounds fine. Stick around for more. I will be releasing more videos hopefully soon. Thank you.